Big changes to the garden this week. We've created 3 new beds that will house 5 new fruits that we've never done before, adding some flowers in there. So, less lawn and more food. Join me. It was supposed to rain all day today, and we had our neighbor coming over to help us do some digging to put the berries and mulberry tree in. So I'm glad the rain has held off, and I'm also glad because I was going to clean the kitchen and now I don't have to. So we are creating a new bed here and here. This one will have 2 stackable planters at each end, 2 gooseberry bushes added, and 2 roses. Jackson is helping us out with the heavy digging. Yay! In this bed, we're going to add 2 currant bushes. So we're digging that hole down for the rose, and you can see we've hit the clay. It doesn't take much depth to get there. I am going to start getting the roses that I bought in. These are hybrid teas called Paradise. Incredibly fragrant. The blooms are supposed to be 5 to 6 inches across, and the petal count is 30 or more. This second rose bush is farther along in breaking dormancy than the first one was. They both look very healthy. I'm excited to have this fragrance back in the yard. Now I've mixed some potting soil, just a slight amount, in with the native soil. I'm trying to keep it mostly native soil. And I'm going to get some of my not fully broken down yet compost and top them up as the first layer of mulch. Hopefully that'll make the roses very happy because it'll attract the worms that are very prevalent over there into that area. I'm really excited to have this very fragrant set of roses in the yard. Now I'm getting the gooseberries tucked in on the other side of that bed. This is a Pixel Gooseberry, and then I'll put in the Hinnonmaki Gooseberry. Well, while I'm getting that second gooseberry planted in, Jax is clearing way for the currant bed. It will be a red lake and a black consort that I am putting in this bed with the cherry tree that already exists there. That's a tartan cherry. I'm quite excited to have more fruit in the yard. Can't wait for these to be in production. Well, game halted for the evening, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. The next day, Jax did create that third bed. We got the mulberry tree in despite the blustery weather. We are at the village free wood chip site. You just have to bring your own buckets and shovels, and you can take as much as you need as a resident of the village. But I see they also have aged compost as well, which they've not had in the past. It looks like it's just well broken down wood chips, but I think I'll get a couple of buckets of that as well. So we made an executive decision. A lot of these municipal wood chips are well broken down, even the stuff that wasn't marked aged compost. So we're just going to sieve it and get some of the fine stuff out, and then we'll decide if we're going to put that on the bottom and then this on the top. Not sure, and not sure how much energy we have for this job, but we're going to give it a go. We've sifted a few shovelfuls. Over here are the finer bits, and over there are the wood chips, the chunkier bits. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this finer stuff and put it on first. And we're going to kind of fill in and see how that goes, and then put some of the other wood chip down, and then decide, is this extra step really worth it or not? Well, what I think we decided is the fines will probably work their way to the bottom. So we're just gonna spread the wood chip and be done, because it's easier and we like easier. I nursered 2 Montauk daisies I got last fall here in the big vegetable bed, and I am going to move them over there, right where Al is digging. And we are back for round 2 of wood chip. Well, that's 2 loads of wood chip done. That bed's looking pretty darn good. And this one, we thought we were going to leave that ring at the end around that cherry tree, but in the end we've decided it will look better if we remove it. So that's the next job. So we lifted that up and we found quite an ant colony, so we are just going to leave that be right there and hope they crawl back. Well, it's trip number 3 for chips. Trip number 4, and we think it's the last one. We just got 3 buckets worth. And we're back yet again. And we brought the sieve this time in order to just get the best of the best out of this. This is going to go in that perennial bed that I'm working on. Here are 2 of the 3 beds, 1 week after planting out. That's my tartan cherry tree in the back of this one. In the front are those Montauk daisies, which took the transplant just fine, are looking great. Those are the 2 currant plants, and they're looking good. I'm glad we took that circle out. It just looks better. On this side are the 2 gooseberries, but I think the Hinnonmaki is not coming out of dormancy properly, and I have been in contact with Stark Brothers for a replacement. This is a North Star cherry tree, and it was topped off when it was very young by a bird. Oh, look, a little butterfly friend. But it was topped off. Oh, back again. You are pretty. Wow. Early on the main stem by a bird that sat on it. So it's never had another leader that's kind of taken charge, so that's always going to be a small one. The 2 roses are looking fine. They're sprouting little leaves, so that's great. But yeah, here's a look from the back side on that one, and the back side on that one. I'm very pleased. Now we're over on the side of the house where we created that little bed for the Overbearing Mulberry tree. It's very happy, and I think over here on the left side I'll add an annual flower like maybe zinnia. I'm really excited about what we did this week. The 3 new beds, I'm loving. The fact we have new fruit for the future really excites me. If you like this kind of gardening content, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon so you're notified every time I put out a new video, which is about once a week. Remember, sometimes the only thing we harvest is knowledge, and that's okay. Bye for now, and we'll see you on the next one.